Greetings and salutations. Random, not so random thought in this moment. Just kind of reflecting on all the division that seems to be expanding and growing in this moment. And when it really comes down to it, I think really all everyone wants is to be heard. To be able to feel as though they have a voice, that their thoughts and feelings have value, right? We don't have to agree with people to be able to hear them out, right? We don't have to think the same way that they think to be able to listen, and when we think about wanting to move forward and move towards a place of peace and unity and a future that we can envision our children growing up in, our grandchildren, our future. When we think about that and what it takes to get there, it's not gonna come with anger and division, and this is not to say that we're not to feel anger. Anger is a very human emotion, and we're never going to escape that, right? We're never going to escape any of our emotions. Our emotions are always going to be there, right? But it's about navigating through them. How are we processing through them? How are we engaging in discourse within the context of feeling all of those different emotions, right? Allowing ourselves to truly reflect on what it is the emotions that are coming up for us are telling us. Like, what is it saying? What's the story behind it? What's the truth behind it, right? And recognizing that the truth behind our emotions is not outside of us, right? When we are triggered, right, it is not the people outside of us. It is not our external circumstances that is causing that, right? That's an internal thing, right? The external has triggered that deeper internal pain, right? And it's about allowing ourselves to express that and allowing ourselves to hear that within other people, right? When we hear others lashing out and perhaps expressing harmful things, it's recognizing that there is pain behind that, right? There is something deeper there. And perhaps if we chose to listen instead of condemning, instead of lashing right back out, perhaps there's somewhere further that we're able to go. The more we allow ourselves to be separated and pushed apart, the deeper those divisions are sowed, and the more in place we stay, right? We're not gonna move forward by adding more fuel to the fire, right? And this isn't to say that we don't express our truth, we don't stand up for what it is that we believe in. Absolutely, that's a part of it too, right? But it's talking about people, human beings, recognizing the conditioning and all the false stories and narratives that have been piled on top, right? Recognizing that there's a lot of work to dig through to get to the core of us. But we're not going to get there through hate, through lashing out, through putting down, through condemnation. You know, it's through being open to listen, being open to truly understand, you know, the pain of the other side, you know, being open to recognize how we ourselves cause harm, you know, because regardless of, no one is innocent, right? None of us. We all participate and perpetuate these harmful systems, right? But it's about recognizing how we are participating and setting an intention to repair that, to find a way to show up differently, you know? Not allowing ourselves to double down on our stances or our beliefs, right? Not holding people so tightly to these expectations based on our own beliefs and ideas, right? There's a deep acceptance that's needed. Acceptance of ourself and a deep acceptance of other, right? It's not our job or responsibility to make people see things the right way, you know? What is the right way? But yeah, just some thoughts in these moments. And it doesn't just go for, you know, the grander scheme of things, you know, when we're looking out at the division and animosity that's coming up in the collective right now, you know, with the different political sides or whatever side of whatever issue it is that you stand on, right? It's also in our personal lives, right? Within the different relationships that we're navigating through, our friendships, within our families, within our partnerships, right? All the relationships that we find ourselves in. Really allowing ourselves to reflect, you know, on how it is we're showing up, you know. Yeah. And with that, I am complete. Sending much love.